weed, pot, grass, hash, ganja, and Jamaican gold. These are just a few of the hundreds of street names that marijuana has accumulated over the years. But one term does not, and should not, go over lightly with marijuana: legalization. As my partner has described, we, the negatives, do not want the drug legalized, nor do we want it criminalized. Our intent is to decriminalize marijuana while strictly enforcing a $2,500 fine for possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and a $5,000 fine for possession over an ounce, and a 5 to 10 years in prison sentence. Now, this plan will help address our economic crisis by implementing fines on users of marijuana instead of taxes or any sort on people who don't. This proves that we can make marijuana illegal and still profit from it being illegal. The plan will also stop the overflow in our prison systems, as drug dealers and excessive users will be the only people that have to face prison charges due to marijuana. I think that both sides can agree that the prison system is a mess, and that there will be some good done by not imprisoning small-time offenders of marijuana use. Now, in terms of medical marijuana, we propose to leave the states that have it alone, but to add a tax to the current users of medical marijuana, just to make it clear that the drug is not the best choice. This proves that the United States of America would be able to make a profit off marijuana without making the drug legal. Of course, marijuana is used medicinally in a handful of states. The drug is used to treat symptoms of various cancer and HIV and AIDS. The drug is used as a painkiller for a variety of cancers. Let it be known, however, that there are many alternatives to weed in terms of painkillers, such as Tylenol, and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, such as aspirin, Aleve, and ibuprofen are all examples of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Also, if someone does not want to use a prescription drug, they can use a pill called Marinol. This pill uses the THC in marijuana to provide the positives of the drug without the dangers of smoking or eating it. Weed is also used as an appetite stimulant for AIDS patients. There are other safer alternative appetite stimulants for AIDS patients, such as megestrol acetate. But let's make it clear that marijuana is not a cure-all for any disease. It cannot stop the spread of cancer, and it cannot stop the spread of HIV virus. There is such a thing called the gateway theory, stating that experimenting with one drug will naturally lead the person to try other more harmful drugs like heroin and cocaine. One statistic established that 62% of people that have admitted to using marijuana before the age of 15 have done cocaine at least one time in their life. Another statistic that proved that 53.9% of users of marijuana before they turn 15 have also admitted to using a psychotherapeutic drug for leisurely reasons. When a person receives a hit from marijuana, they experience a feeling of high or euphoria, which is associated with its use. After a certain amount of time, a person usually looks for something more interesting and exciting than marijuana, such as crack and even as bad as crystal meth, that might be able to give them a high feeling more extreme than marijuana. The affirmative will try and say that marijuana is not addictive. This is 100% false. Marijuana is mentally and physically addictive. In fact, 9% of marijuana users become addicted. Though this might seem like a small number, considering all the Americans that smoke weed, alcoholism is presented only 15% of the people that drink. Alcoholism is a problem, right? Mental addiction occurs to marijuana users when a person believes that he needs marijuana to do everyday things, such as go to school, and things as simple as do homework. A major symptom of this is idleness, and a general disinterest in things that used to be interesting. This is a big problem because our society cannot function like that. Also, physical addiction occurs when a person becomes physically irritated without the drug. This includes trouble with sleeping, eating, mental problem solving. More symptoms include anxiety, stomach pains, and in some cases even mood swings. To repeat, the main points as to why marijuana should not be legalized is the fact that there are alternative ways of creating revenue off marijuana, such as placing a huge fine on those persons that abuse marijuana. Another reason is that it's a stepping stone drug, leading to drugs like LSD, heroin, and getting to the point where the user begins to practice crystal meth. Finally, the last major point as to why marijuana should not be legalized is because of the addiction mentality that weed places on its users. From negative.